Nah, he lit.
Hey, no. You know, this nigga Juan just told my mother that y'all call me Krabby Patty.
Hey, welcome to the party. Milkshake Mikey. Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all feet flow.
I wasn't talking about Pat, and I wasn't being gay when I said it. Brian built like an elephant, bro.
So you saying he blessed?
Hey, y'all gay, bro.
That nigga Troy, no problem. Like rocket fuel.
No, I definitely was talking to Brian, and I wasn't being on no gay shit. Pat just a faggot. Pat is gay.
You just told Brian he was built like an elephant. When you think of an elephant, what do you think of?
A big ass animal.
So you calling him an animal? You calling him an animal?
Hey, y'all
big
niggas
and the animal.
Juan, you told Marco he built like a glass of milk, and you told him your booty ain't no joke.
You told him to do what?
All right, Coach, thank you as always. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to chilly, but of course sold-out Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs. The winner of this one will represent the AFC in Super Bowl 54. And away we go on EA Sports.
Hey, Dreads. Yes, sir. Hey, Dreads. I need that $5, buddy. This game over with.
That's all you going for today? It's $5?
Yellow, yellow. Night, sweetheart.
All right. Now, listen.
A loss in the first play from scrimmage.
Listen. Shut up. I was talking to Pat.
One right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss.
He was looking at Giannis highlights, talking about he wasn't special. Then he was like, never mind, he is special.
Something a little more
so
advantageous.
that nigga was like, I was like, bro, the nigga jumped over a nigga on the fast break.
The play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up
Pat
on
was
second
like,
and 12.
Daddy, if you was under the basket, bro, listen. Nigga Pat said, Daddy, if you under the basket, I will jump over you and try to dunk the ball. I said, Pat, if you ever tried to jump over me, I will spine buster this shit out of you.
What is a spine buster though?
Nigga gay. Y'all niggas gay.
What is the spine buster though?
First down.
You don't remember the move The Rock used to do where he picked the nigga up and slammed him on the ground, bro?
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
No, I just didn't answer you because you on dick per usual, so I just ignored you. You on dick ass bitch.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
Easy.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try to put the football in one.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Out to Roberts here on the quick pass. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Hey, Faye, I'm about to start the share here.
They run for the first time with Justice Hill. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the 2nd half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
He's got the 1st down and more past midfield.
Fatty, share play up.
It's a big play there from a big play guy, Jerick McKinnon, 48 yards. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. This time Jackson will throw it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. I think that's the dream start right there. The defense stands up on the opening drive, then they go right down the field and score.
It's a positive start for your offense and your defense. And when you're talking about playoff football, what a great way to get things going.
Everything is magnified and amped up a little bit more.
To put it mildly.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
Going on my head. 1 in the head. 10 in the clip. That's that standard. Shit, what?
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They trailed early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He sets to fire deep, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On 2nd down, it's McCoy. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Oh, my God.
Hey, bro.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd.
Hey, bro.
Going deep here for Watkins. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. Not that time for Watkins.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. From the gun, Jackson. Roberts has it. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Yes, sir.
15, 15. You ain't going nowhere.
Hold on.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
No, don't spam it, nigga. You don't own the controller.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now Mahomes. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Matt Judon providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Now a hit and a loose football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer, and put your defense in a bad spot.
Now a 1st down carry here for McCoy. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You didn't. I had to.
After the penalty, it's McCoy. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Mahomes going to throw. And that is caught by Watkins for a Chief touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 32-yard line. These two teams all tied after one. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll go with Hill here on 1st down.
Ball game.
Darren Lee there to get him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Flush to his right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Hey, Pat.
On 1st down now, run with McKinnon. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Got a man. It's Brown.
Yeah, I'm about to
tally that as catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a 1st down.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Jackson's going to try the sneak, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
Fatty, you about to watch the GOAT.
Mahomes now on 1st down. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense, because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now McCoy. And an alley to run. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
All right, I've got to be careful here. All right, he's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his speed as far as he's concerned.
What are you saying? I'm on the plus side of 30.
Well, if you're on the plus side of 30, you don't know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely. Still got a lot of life left in those legs. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
That's a swing.
Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes going for the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
See you later.
They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. And there is nothing easy about being a kicker on a day like this.
Yeah, I tell you, not only is the footing tough in the snow, but kicking that ball is like kicking a rock. Very difficult to get any sort of feel on your kicks.
Well, they tried the field goal from just inside of 70 yards. It missed, and now this offense set up nicely at midfield. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
No, Dreads, thank you.
Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself, thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu.
Still on bases and shit.
Yes, sir.
To throw is Jackson. To throw on third down.
You probably hang the pants up.
Man, it's Andrews. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. And now it's 1st and 10.
So
a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
What you talking about? Right next to the 2?
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
It's like
credit him with a 1-yard gain there.
It's a ball and a strike. You don't want to get the number on the left
in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker now for the extra point.
She's like,
it's good, and it is now 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Give me that. Yes, sir.
This is taken at his 4. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
She said you strip.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Oh, man.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's McKinnon. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
AFC title game, second quarter action, 2 minutes to play. And a reminder, folks, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report coming up shortly. The coach with us, as always, and he will start to look ahead to Super Bowl 53. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
All right, dude.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Looking to throw on second down. Jackson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Hey, Juan.
He can run for it, and he will. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
I didn't say nothing about you, bro. I didn't say nothing about Pat.
On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. As the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Okay, Drew.
So you're saying Bryant got big
This
moves.
is taken at his 4.
So you're saying he got big body features.
Saying that nigga built like an elephant.
I think you just saying
Wait,
that
what?
He an animal.
You just said that. You just told that nigga
KC
he built
offense
like
out
an
of the huddle,
elephant.
ready for their
That
next
nigga
drive.
Fatty said I
Still
told him
more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would
said
have to.
basically
This is
you said he
today's
had
NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points
Didn't
with
say that. That's
high-powered
what Brian.
offenses that you
That's
face.
what Pat
And for
told
the
me.
third time here
No,
this half,
you
it's
just said he's
intercepted.
built like an elephant.
Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
I'm just confused.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this
Most of the
offense
time when
down
people have
one bit.
elephant
They've
titles,
looked good so far
that
in the
means like
first half.
They
one of
certainly
these
have.
balls
And
is
think back
big
to
as
our
hell.
meeting with the head coach, and we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared
So you
for
were
this?
telling him
And he
one of
talked
his
about the
bars,
different drills that they've done in
No, I
adverse
wasn't.
conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature.
I'm
He
about
said,
to look
I don't
at
think so slow us
myself. I'm
down.
about to look at what
We took the
elephant
game
tight
pretty
is-
well, and he's been
elephant
right.
Basically, you
tight is-
have like a big ass body feature. Like that's just
So
like
now then, the big
Yeah,
play
and
has them
this nigga all of a sudden
inside
just
the 30
equate
now,
that to
first
a
and
big
10.
nut.
From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. And he'll be
Say a
tackled at the
condition in which a
23
limb
after a gain
or
of
other part of
3.
the body becomes grossly enlarged due to obstruction
On
of the
second and
lymphatic
7,
vessels.
So
Jackson.
what are you saying
Being
that
chased
he has
down
elephantitis in?
Yeah.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Oh my God!
Seth Roberts, as the first half
Did
is
it?
winding down, as the
Bro, y'all
Ravens
gay.
push
That's
further
awesome.
out in front.
We want you to explain yourself.
No, I'm not
Late in
explaining
the
shit
half
to y'all
scores,
faggots.
especially ones that give your team a pretty decent
Y'all
cushion.
niggas gay.
He said those
Sure,
could
you're
be
not
the
the faggot.
ones that can finish off a squad
I'm
if
not
you let
gay.
them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs.
She got big cojones.
This is taken at the 3.
Big dumb cojones.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's
Hey,
brought
you want the
down
mic?
at about the 23-yard line.
This nigga Day just said Brian
The
is
Chiefs
built like an
offense
elephant.
about set to begin this drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly...
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
So we are halfway home to figuring out who will
time out,
represent
though.
the
Let me put this
AFC
into
in the
perspective.
Super Bowl. As we'll
So,
head down to Orlando,
they
that's
said
where we
Carlton
find our
is the
man
longest friend he
Jonathan
knew.
Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, all right, Coach, thank
called
you. And we
Brian
welcome
an
everyone
elephant.
back for quarter
And he
number
said that he was
3.
going to hit you with that spy
One more
buster.
half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt
you said
trophy as we're
bring
back
out the second
underway in
drive.
this AFC
No, he
championship. This is taking
And
it
told
up
and he
three.
told Juan, slow down, because he like
And
it
he'll
slow.
take it up
Hey,
past
the
the
last time I
25
checked,
to the
before
26-yard line.
Carlton's accident, all three of y'all niggas had cars, so like it's something about that community.
The Raven
Think y'all
offense
all
set
grow
up the
together?
line for this next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm
I
thinking
mean,
is
shit.
that
Well,
the offensive
they didn't know a lot
staff
about
spent
y'all.
the
I want to do a lot to
entire
y'all.
Just working with them on, here's what we
Rick,
think
you
they're
have a
going to do
fetish
to
with
attack
niggas
us
that
in the
don't wear
second
shirts.
half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See
Hey,
how
get
they
on the
handle
mic,
any
bro.
adjustments that might be made defensively.
But the nigga, you should have heard him talking about
Second and
Stanley
9.
T.T. Williams the other day, bro.
What I said?
A short throw
Good,
caught by
That
Andrews.
nigga big as shit,
4
bro.
yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And
Hey,
Parker,
Dre,
I think that's a great
you
example
been
that
giving
not
me
all tight
money.
ends are created
Is
equal. Because
his
everything
upper
was
body
right.
not big
Got
as
the
shit?
completion, but he's
I mean,
not
that
one of the
nigga
more
is buff.
dynamic guys in the league.
But you could have
So
chose
even
your
though he
words
caught it,
wisely.
couldn't turn it
So
into
what?
much
So
more.
how would I have said that though, to where it's not yet?
From the gun,
That nigga
on third
buff as
down,
shit.
Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle.
You
But
realize
he
said
can't
Ben
quite
Simmons had
pick
the
it.
games.
No
It ain't no
interceptions
way.
so far. That probably
I
should
didn't
have
say
been their
that.
first.
It ain't no
But
way
at least
like-
it's fourth down. Here's Sam Cook now.
You said you guard that
Kicks it
nigga
away
two
for the
hands.
second time. First kick, 47. This one
I
looks good
clearly
as
said
well.
the nigga shot a shot in my
And they'll
face.
play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of
Shot a
bounds
shot.
at
I
the
was talking about
13-yard
basketball.
line.
A player
Pretty good
that plays
spot.
basketball. Pat knows who he is. Hey, Dreads. Yeah, but you ever hit that nigga that asked you to hit him?
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Bruh,
They
nigga
trail
told
offense,
Drez,
first
hey,
time
just
to
hit
touch
me,
the ball
bruh.
in
Drez
quarter
like, "All right, I'ma
3,
hit you."
and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned.
He ain't
Because
tell me
some
nothing,
teams
bro.
script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things work well for us. And sometimes they throw in
Nah,
that
he
big chunk play
that nigga
right
ain't say
away.
nothing to me,
Shocker.
bro. I don't know what y'all talking about. I ain't even hear that nigga say that.
Play to give themselves some momentum.
He about
See
to
what they
bang.
have up their sleeve.
I don't know
The
what
Chiefs
Drez is talking
offense
about.
about set to begin this drive.
Hey,
They
Drez,
have
thank
been
you.
struggling.
You-
I would imagine at halftime they
Yeah,
went
you
through
walked
some
me.
possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more
Nowhere to escape, and he goes
Hey, y'all
down.
distracting Drez. He down
the amount of
5-0.
sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat
We down
out, cannot handle
5-0
this
in the
pass rush.
fourth
It's
inning.
been demonstrated time and time again.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's second
Man,
and
he the
21.
one that threw the number out there at me and said play for $5.
Check 26, check 26.
That shit is a false.
Here's Mahomes to throw. He's going to look deep for Watkins. They've got his man complete. A big play there, Mahomes to Watkins.
Oh, I should've thrown.
47 yards. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for
I
playing
just
it
caught
conservatively
Brian
back
Elephant.
towards your own goal line.
That
Gotta be
aggressive
somebody.
mentality, sometimes you can use it.
Juan,
They
you
did
called
there
Rick,
against the
and
defense.
you
who
told
probably
Ricky built
thought to
like a
themselves,
horse. Well, he a
"There's no
horse.
way they take
And you
a
told
shot
Fat
here
he's
this
not
deep in
human.
their own territory."
Listen.
So the line of
Hey,
scrimmage
hey,
all the
he
way
did
up to
say that. I
midfield
don't know
now
how
as
he
they've
knows
got it
that.
first and
He
10.
ain't lying.
Mahomes throwing complete there to Robinson. And they'll wind up getting this
He
one
is not
all the way
lying.
down
I don't know how you know
inside
that.
the 20. The
Juan,
catch
and
and
you
run
told
going to
the
wind up
group
netting
chat,
him
man, we about to
33
get
yards. Well, make
He did
that
say
now
that
2
shit, too.
completions for him on this drive. And these aren't
He
ordinary
did say that
completions.
shit,
They're big
too.
Who
ones.
is
Yeah,
we?
these are
Who
the
was
types
you
that
with,
make a
Juan?
secondary talk to each other and
Bro,
not
he
in a
was
good
talking.
way.
My man
Other
was
times
you know, I
pointing
wasn't
my
fingers,
man
hey,
was
who's
talking
got
about
it? Someone cover
he
it.
was throwing a
That type of
graduation
indecision
party
can
last
open
year.
up even
He
more
graduated
big
from
plays.
college, and Juan
One
said,
on
"Man, we
first
getting
down.
fucked on."
It's McCoy. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards.
Oh, my God.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level. He's a big fella. He just ate that one alive, just stuffed it.
And then Brian and my other man was arguing.
Your autocorrect know what you meant.
Throwing on second down. Mahomes. And his pass is intercepted.
The nigga Juan was what's-his-face telling niggas he wanted to go to the casino for his 21st birthday.
He'll be stopped
So
shy of the 15
Brian and my other man told him, that's my boy. Nah, that's my boy. Juan said, no, shut up. I'm not anybody's boy for free.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before.
Nigga, that was in the group chat.
A little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up? Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there.
You told a group of niggas, hey, put it in my mouth with your mouth open and your fingerprint into your mouth.
Taking it in.
You told a group of niggas, put it in your mouth.
Out of reach.
Oh, shit.
On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot in the big game, their big play ability.
Send the video, send the video.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
That nigga said put it on Twitter.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Hey, Juan.
I think that not only did he say
I don't know who that was, but somebody
he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right?
Oh, man,
somebody said,
I know we're being a little bit facetious.
well, it's wet, but you know what to do after that, right?
Can't get away, and down he goes.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they struggled so far.
I mean, I would hope he didn't. They was either your mother or somebody.
Right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a.
I said, hey, I know what to do with it. Bring it in.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out.
Bring it in, baby.
Eluding the pressure right. Going deep here for Watkins.
Nah, Brian, you said that.
Able to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball there that maybe was a little questionable.
Listen.
To get that one back. I think that
some
sometimes
real shit.
Quarterbacks play
What
with
gay shit have I said that you said that I was
put your team in some Dutch?
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last
Just name
drive.
one.
That's a 43-yard punt, aided as well
So
by
did
a
you
loss
not
on
say,
return.
call
And
me
the
what you
Ravens,
want, but you can't say
they'll
I
take
choke?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but
you talking about Juan just said?
No, I'm looking at this Skip Bayless tweet. This just says Marcus Lawrence put the D back in your name tonight.
And we'll see
Oh
how
my
determined
God.
they are. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop.
I wonder if you
they try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it second and 12.
I ain't never seen a baseball score like this. 6 donut.
Jackson, option right.
8 donut.
Damn.
A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
Brady, I don't have nothing.
And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete,
ain't no home
now
run,
you stop the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners, keep moving it, keep grinding clock.
Hey, go ahead, boo.
Fighting through it, he's got space. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
You ain't getting your money. He got off the game, too.
42
Nope, I'm about to send a request. $10.
His guys continue to pour it on.
I'm about to watch this game. What time?
Here they were already talking Super Bowl. They've made plans. You just can't look past anybody in this league, especially this deep into the playoffs.
You would think that every year that message would sink in, and it feels like every year we see something like this, especially the way they're handling them. All right, you didn't expect this part to happen, but when you're playing this deep in the playoffs, every team's dangerous.
I mean, Drake doesn't seem that good.
Nah, that's the last 2 games we played. The first time
the Chiefs offense about
whooped
set
his
to begin
ass.
this drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now. Really, anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Matt Judon picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game. The way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter.
I'm waiting on day for Sunday night.
I'm waiting on day for Sunday night.
One-sided affair.
Birds and the boys are the best on TV. Stadium's rocking. Time to get on your feet, cause the NFL runs on NBC.
It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
With it is Brown.
Ooh, this nigga Reed real out burnt
Good
out,
blocking
bro.
there, nearly sprung him.
That's
As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return.
Walking on water right
will
now.
switch
It
hands
was
first
water
and
in
10.
everybody's shoes outside. This nigga talk about stuff. I feel like Jesus.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL.
Y'all see the 49ers sliding all over the Redskins field.
In the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. Why the Redskins ain't scored today? Play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. That's always puzzled me a little bit.
The Ravens on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the close fist to the referee. And that means 4th down.
But I'm out. Talk to y'all after the game.
For 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now.
Dede, you gonna get on the game after?
For Baltimore.
I most certainly will. We gonna see.
And it's made at about the 23-yard line.
Yeah.
Just an 18-yard line.
Your season ended fucking 3 weeks ago.
They season ended when the
KC
preseason
offense
started.
out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession,
Like
and
my
that's
beard?
become too familiar of a refrain.
Then I got
Too many of
cut.
these drives, and he is
Both
going to
of
go
y'all-
down
both of
here,
y'all bet y'all
but
beard.
they also
I'm
have a
saying you
penalty
bet yours,
mark at the
man.
line of scrimmage. They may have jumped the gun.
I'm about to say,
So
I
they
do
will
it.
accept
Because I've
the
been wanting to
penalty
cut
and
my
move
shit. I've
forward.
been wanting to cut my beard and my
So
head
this
anyway.
helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Now Mahomes on the bootleg, rolling to his right, taking a deep shot here, and that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no.
see y'all
No
did that
interception.
game
He
like
did
Reek
not
said.
keep the feet in
RPI
bounds,
of
apparently.
RW.
So that's just going to be an incompletion.
Yes, sir.
Yellow, yellow. Screen. Color. 66.
On first down, Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra play.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. 2nd down, McKinnon. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Jackson's throw caught here by Boykin. 2nd catch of this AFC title game, but he's got a 1st down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone that's the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. McKinnon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The all-pro safety Eric Berry in on the stop. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Oh, design run for their wideout. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. This is taken at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling. And my goodness, another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And they will take a knee here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me.
Well, the Lombardi Trophy would be nice to hoist. They have to hold off for that for a little bit. Right now, the Lamar Hunt has to feel good to hold.
Oh, it's got to feel great for them. And remember, Lamar Hunt helped create the American Football League, which became, of course, in most part, the American Football Conference. And he's the one who gave us the name Super Bowl.
And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gaudin, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl.